Crazy day, very hot. I've been doing it slowly, one bucket at a time, putting in cold water to bring my tank temperature down because it was fast approaching 89 degrees, which is, my fish are not used to being at 89 degrees. Hold on, I gotta check something. Well, my Amazon came. Not all of it though. I got more coming tonight. I got filter socks coming. I got new fish food coming. And later on, I got new lights. I got new UV lights. And all kinds of stuff. I got new filter pads for down in the sump. I'm gonna throw out the ones that are there and put new ones in. And I'll put the new ones in, let them seed, and then I'm pulling the old ones because they're just old. Right now we're filling the sump with cold water from the barrel, if I didn't already mention that. And right now we're 1 degree above their normal temperature of 85 degrees. They're currently 86. Right now, the weather report outside says it's cooled down considerably. The wind's definitely starting to feel cooler coming in the window too. So I've got the windows back open, the fans pumping all the hot air out of the house. Because we're past the peak of the afternoon now, so it should start to come down. But once I get this down into 84 degrees, I'll quit, like 84 point something, and it'll take a day or two to heat back up the way it was doing now. But once it gets close to like, once it gets past 87 degrees, it seems to just take off. Like it starts heating up faster and faster. So it's a good thing in the winter. It's a bad thing in the summer. Yeah, I guess I should check my. Let's get the tablet loaded up, see what's going on. Slow fill on the sump. I emptied her right down this time. And it'll take a little while. I mix it slow, so it's good to do it this way so I don't shock my fish. Hi, aquarium. Good to see you. literally sweated through every shirt I have, and I don't even like these shirts. But I threw all of my other ones in the washing machine. Literally like 10 shirts I wear on the washing machine all today. This one's already getting wet. It's gross. Fishies are looking pretty good though. And definitely back to showing nicer colors. Still filling up down there. And then we have look how nice and dark those eggs look. It's weird how it's kind of digitizing the light like that. But when I was first doing this, by now the eggs would all be turning white, and no, now the eggs are turning black. So there's a whole new scene going on with eggs now, and that means they're gonna hatch, and we're gonna see some babies. Yeah. Be right back. What do we got going on here? It's only half full. Yeah, it is super. Baby's on the way. Can't wait. We're working a year to get here. Working and learning. Now I gotta learn what to do when the babies are 2 weeks old. That's my next learning curve. I got 2 weeks to think about it. 2 weeks to prepare while the parents look after them. I think the parents can look after them for 3 weeks. So I give myself 2. Mr. Greg. Well, what you doing, buddy? Are you warm? Yeah, you must be. Oh yeah, you feel warm, right? You know? Your sneeze go away. You don't come here for sneezing. You go somewhere else. Greg sneezes when he wakes up. You hear him sniffling, you put him down, because you'll get nailed otherwise. Yes, hello. You have a good nap. Yeah. You good boy. It's taking a sweet old time, right? Temperature hasn't even dropped yet. Barrels must be heating up. Maybe I should switch barrels. Too low. Time for a new barrel. Barrel got too low. I don't know. Got too low, so the siphon slowed right the hell down. This one's higher. More, and that's probably warming up because less water volume. It's very hot in here. I get a fan in here now. Of course, this is a bad idea because it'll be noisy, I guess, but I have to move some air. I apologize. That's what I gotta do. Big trap pocket air in here right now. I won't even have to drop 2 more buckets. I'm gonna start running some more cold water into this barrel. Fill it back up. Drop some prime in there. It's half gone, even though I just primed it, it's half gone. That's enough prime to do the whole barrel. And yeah, we just gotta keep pushing through. If I didn't do this, I'd probably be hitting 80, when I noticed it at 87.5, I would definitely be in the 89 point somethings right now. And I could kill fish that way very, very easily. Especially discus. But our groundwater stays relatively cool, so as long as it ain't full of chloramine when this is happening, and in the middle of the summer when the heat waves are on, there tends to be good water. In the middle of the summer and the middle of the winter, the water's stable. It's in the spring and the fall when you gotta worry about seasonal water changes. What I mean by seasonal is they put crap in the pipes. Chemical. So always be very careful in the spring and the fall if you live in a chloramine city. In the spring and the fall, you should always double dose or even triple dose your prime, just to be ready for it, because it's coming. And if you live somewhere where they record it, then you're in good shape. But they don't tell us here, so it's literally, you're just waiting for a time bomb to go off every spring and fall. But I'm keen on it now, and I'm watching for it. So, and that's why the barrel setup's here and everything. So I have a reserve. Um, yeah, Mr. Greg, eh? Warm, huh? Get the old tablet. Hello, Volfish. God, I shouldn't even, I'm due for a haircut, like, awful. I shouldn't even be showing myself right now. But oh well. After this, I'm gonna head downstairs and clean up the Oscar setup. There's some algae building up. I don't like that. I'm gonna pull the decor. And I'm gonna put it in some hot water and boil it. And I'm gonna give that setup about a 45% water change. And clean out some filter pads and things like that. Fill it all back up because it's a little warm downstairs, but it's cooler in the basement, so those tanks are at like 80 degrees, which isn't the end of the world, but I gotta get the Oscars down to about 77. Because the big old female's trying to breed with the little male, and he doesn't even know what's going on. So she's definitely being real nice to him, which is good. They're bonding. It's just too bad for her. She got to wait a few months. So I got to bring the temperature down so that she cools down and starts just worrying about being a fish instead of enticing a little man that's too young for her. But fish will be fish. So I'm gonna cool that system down. The barrels will do that just fine. I'll bring the barrels down to about 75 and then run them through. The rest of the water should come right down. Probably level at around 77 in about an hour. And then the sun will go down and I'll have cold air going in the basement all night. And we should be able to hold below 80 tomorrow if the heat comes back. This is like the third or fourth day of this shit. Normally we only get so many and it breaks. So look what's it gonna look like tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a bit cooler. And a higher chance of rain. Sunday is gonna start to be cold. Yeah, it's gonna be over Sunday. Then we'll be back into comfortable temperatures. I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. And once we get into the second week of August up here, basically you start to experience the beginning of fall weather. So more cold days, still lots of hot ones, but the hot ones become fewer and far between. And then fall, I love fall. I love fall, I love spring, but I think I love fall the best because it's not all muddy and dirty. And the air smells nice and the bugs are all gone. And you just get to enjoy yourself. September through first week of November, great weather. And then you start having to layer up around the second week of November. And just all the way to February, you just start putting more clothes on when you go out. And then in March, you start peeling it off again, slowly. That's our seasons. So this sump is just about full. We're looking at 58.8, but it hasn't completely circulated yet. I'm going to stop the fill. And so is this over here. The hose fill. I'm going to stop it. It's nice and cool in there right now. These cool barrels will also cool down this room. Act like a heat sink. So that's going to help everything fairly well too. I'm going to give this 5 minutes and see if I need to do another bucket. .8 is not where I want to be. Still, basically, all I did was drop like 0.6 degrees after adding all that water, 30 gallons of water, and I've actually, because it continues to be warm in here, so it's fighting me. It's trying to warm up while I'm cooling it down. How many gallons do I change out now? I think I changed out 45 gallons of water. Just trying to cool it down without doing it too fast and shocking my fish. So it's definitely a weird little game to play. All the while, my barrel water is turning into fresh tap water, which I don't like to use, but on a day like today, you have to weigh the risks, and overheating is more of a risk than my tap water right now. So I got to roll with the punches and hope I don't kill anybody. Okay, so we dropped 0.2 degrees. last 2 minutes. This is good, we're heading in the right direction. I gotta see 84 point something before I walk away from the kitchen and start the Oscars. Let's do it. I take 2 fish out of this main tank and put them in the 65 gallon downstairs because they just, they're not doing well in this tank. And at this point, I'm just going to separate them from the flock because I'm done trying to treat. I'm done trying to treat these 2 fish. One of them, I don't know, I'm on the fence with him, but he's starting to get skinny now, I'm just noticing. And then the yellow guy is just, he's had an eating disorder, but this other one getting skinny, he eats, and he shouldn't be getting skinny right now. I don't know, I'll hit him with some paraclams, I guess, but I've done this to him, and he shit's clean. It just pisses me off. I wish we had better meds, you know? Obviously something's lingering, and what I have isn't strong enough to take it out, or I don't know. It's just annoying. It sucks losing fish. And when you raise baby discus, you just gotta get used to the idea that a percentage of your flock is it's gonna croak on you. That's why they sell the babies cheap, because they're too young to figure out their defects, and it's their defects that kill them. So they'll have out of the same clutch, let's say they start off with 100 4-week-old babies for sale. They'll sell them really cheap at 4 weeks, $25 maybe. If they didn't sell any of them, a month later, they would probably have about 72 to 75 of them left. If they're doing well. And this continues until they're about 6 months old, and all the weak ones will die off in that period of time. It's just a matter of when. They were born weak, and they are going to die. It's just a matter of when. And so this is why young discus are cheap, because you're going to get nailed with a significant handful of fish that are destined to die on you. And if you want to avoid that, you don't want to experience that, then you want to go buy discus that are like 9+ months old and pay about $200 a fish. And it might be cheaper to do it that way, to be honest, because depending on sources and all that stuff, you could go out, like my first batch of discus, I bought 8 little babies about between 4 and 6 weeks old. Of those 8 babies, heck, they were sick when I brought them home, and I didn't know it back then because I was new to this, but I go back and watch my first videos and I just look at the fish right after I put them in the tank, and they were sick out of the bag. They were sick out of the bucket. The guy sold me sick fish. And I lost 5 of those 8 babies. I still have 3. 2 of them are the snake skins, and the third one is right here, Big Bertha. They survived, and I had to work hard to keep them alive, because they came with a sick batch of fish. And so I had a bad start. Then I started buying fish at a pet shop that's relatively close to me that was selling discus, and they finally realized that they shouldn't be selling discus and stopped doing it, because they would order them in and they would just die in their pet shop, anyone they sold them to, they just died because they were getting sick. I don't know if they come from the supplier that way or it was happening in the shop, but uh, one of the two for sure. I wouldn't eliminate one over the other, and so I quit. But I bought about $200 worth of discus off them. They all died, $50 each, for relatively small babies, and every one of them died. So the German stankers, like this guy, about 14 of them. I have 7 left. Again, babies. So be prepared if you're going to buy babies. Just accept it. Accept like a 50% loss rate, and it might be higher. And if you do better than that, God bless you. Now, I think if I went out and bought a group of 10 babies right now, and they were healthy, I know more, and I would have less losses. But I still lose a few, I bet you. I wouldn't have 10 a year from now. I might have 10 3 months from now, but a year from now, not a chance, not a chance. You buy 10 babies, you're going to lose some before a year passes. And if you don't, then you're incredibly lucky, or you're very skilled, or it's a combination of the two. But yeah, yeah. Greg is super cool. He's just always around me. He likes to. He's all about the attention. Hey, Mr. Greg. How you feeling? No? No? Too hot, huh? Yeah, rubs up on my leg though, saying, no problem, Dad, I just don't want that right now. Which is rare for him. Normally he's like, oh, cuddles, yay. But, too hot, eh, bud? Yeah. He wants to sit out on the step with me, but we're busy, Greg. We can't do that right now. So we're locked in at 85.6, which means I gotta drop basically two more of these buckets and put more cold water. We're going. Just ridiculous. Guys that want to cool down. This isn't going to help none, but I'll try it. pull right up. Oh well, they had a water change yesterday, but they're getting one today. We just reset the water change schedule. Good. Well, it's almost gonna overflow. That went a little faster than I thought it would. Good. Just walk very slowly, straight on the ground. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Watch out, Mr. Greg. You don't know if you're gonna get wet. Oh, still there. Oh, buddy. Good boy, Mr. Greg. Good boy. Good listening. There, just a little slow, but mop up this water. Grab us another bucket. Got some sand. I love how the eel gets along with the discus. They just don't mind each other. He's just a member of their little school or their little shoal. So actually, because this is taking so long, once I get this temperature down, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Then I'm going to come back and start the Oscars. I'm getting hungry. And it's dinner time. Time to go pick up a couple burgers. And we'll be back with a full belly and ready to rock. Those Oscars tanks freshened up, cooled off. And everybody should be happy for the night, and shouldn't have to do any water for several days unless it's hot again tomorrow. All that and all I've done is knocked off today's temperature increase. I'm down to last night at 85.5, 85.7. And I left it alone. I should have hammered it down last night too. But I would have been doing this either way. Today is real bad.
Slow.
Let's hope this does it. Should. Considerably colder. I think somewhere in the range of 60 gallons of water has been changed out to try and cool this thing down. Isn't that amazing? Half the water volume of the entire system, and it still didn't cool down. It came down 2 degrees. 2 degrees. Everybody's showing nice color now, like they're happy with their temperature, because they're only only half a degree out. But I want 1 more degree down. Starting to worry I'm not going to get there. bottle. Just amazing. Hasn't even budged. Well, I'm going for dinner after this film. See what it looks like when I get back. Just incredible. It should be seeing it drop right now. Hasn't moved. Put a little prime in the water. Seeing some signs that maybe they're experiencing chloramine. Although there should be enough. I'm playing a dangerous game right now by not letting the water rest. It's almost a tap-filled water change. Not entirely, but it's getting there with the more and more times I do it. Closer this tank's getting to a tap fill, and it hasn't had like that much tap water in a very long time. So my pH could swing. I'm gonna have to just quit doing this at least for an hour or two and let things settle out. Mr. Greg? What's going, buddy? Yeah? Mr. Talker? Talking? What do you want? We're not going outside right now. No, I'm busy. No, no leash, no outside. In the house. Stop whining.
Yeah, I'm trying to save up. No.
Right? Yeah? Tell me about it. Yeah, I remember what happened. Oh. Yeah? Big old talk, eh? Let me know, huh? A bridge section or something? No. Feels like I did, but I don't. I'm just not used to siphon filling anything anymore. I always pump everything. Dip's probably not helping me here. Oh, look at that. Craziness. Oh, I just dropped 0.2 degrees. Imagine that. And it just went up one. Just heated up by 0.1 degree. Yeah. Anybody? No. We got fish flirting. We got Big Red trying to flirt with the male snake skin, and we got Big Bertha trying to flirt with the male snake skin. And this blue one, I don't know, maybe doing the same thing. We got 3 females, potential females trying he's a lucky man. He's a lucky man. He seems to be the hot item in the tank. He got so pissed off he ran away. Must be rough.
Okay, so thanks for watching if you're still watching, and if you're watching the after show or whatever they call it. Thanks for clocking hours. Hitting the like button and all that fun stuff. I'll be back after dinner for to do basically this downstairs, plus some allergy control. For the Oscars, because they're too warm. They weren't this warm though. This was like really warm. Oscars are out around 80 degrees right now. I need to drop them down 3 degrees. I'll see you in a bit.